This is Kelly Hill, technology reporter with RCR Wireless News. I'm here today at LTE North America with Dirk Bernhardt, who is CEO of P3 Communications.
Hi, Kelly.
How are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good, good. You guys have been doing a lot of work in the U.S. over the past couple of years. Give us an update on what you're doing.
Yeah, you've probably seen our voice over LTE benchmark we did earlier this year. That was very public and very well received also by the carriers. We gave them a readout of what we found out. And ever since we helped some of them to improve their VoLTE performance, voice over Wi-Fi performance, based on our methodology and engineering knowledge.
And what are your plans for additional benchmarks? I think you guys have said you have some.
Yeah, we thought about another technology benchmark sometime next year. Maybe voice over Wi-Fi, maybe some carrier aggregation technology benchmark. We haven't decided yet. I think when we do this, it will come with some more of network intelligence, less of service performance. Like what is your spectrum usage and spectrum strategy? How many base stations do you have in a certain market? These kind of topics.
Are there other particular trends that you're seeing in terms of VoLTE and VoWi-Fi these days?
Oh yeah, so VoLTE has come a long way. It's been now live for over a year. We've seen there was some initial problems with voice over LTE. In May we saw it's actually pretty decent in terms of performance, call setup performance, voice quality and call drop rates. And we've seen this increasing in quality. So for next year, I think that's my prediction for next year actually, that VoLTE is becoming on par with the existing circuit switched voice services in terms of performance. And that means, with the combined higher quality voice codecs and HD voice and higher call setup times, that's probably even going to overtake in terms of traffic, circuit switched voice.
Well, and I think Cisco has made some predictions about VoWi-Fi in particular, that they're expecting that technology to take off really fast as well. And I think some of that ties to VoLTE, some of that's just VoWi-Fi on its own. But yeah, there's some interesting predictions out there for that. What else do you expect to see in 2016? Maybe a little more on VoWi-Fi? Yeah,
you're talking about voice over Wi-Fi. I think that's going to also go mainstream. We've seen the networks are still bursting at their seams, so anything carriers can offload. Data you do on your own, Wi-Fi at home, Wi-Fi offloading for voice is the next step. And now with voice over LTE and IMS systems being installed, it's pretty easy to install that on the core. We've seen some CPEs, customer premise equipment, being rolled out for that combines the voice over Wi-Fi capabilities with LTE nodes. So I think we're going to see much more of that. It's a free, I wouldn't say it's a free ride for the carriers, but there's spectrum they can utilize that doesn't, and their existing spectrum is not clogged by some of the voice traffic. So we'll see more of that.
Yeah, no, and we're definitely expecting to see things like LTE-U start to pop up that I think it could make the Wi-Fi part of the equation very interesting for the carriers too.
Correctly, yeah.
Okay. All right, well, Dirk, thanks so much for your time.
Okay, thank you, Kelly.